So guys, welcome back to a brand new video. So in this video we're going to be repainting the Avanti, and yeah, so the XL will be painted in the same scheme with some twists to it, some customizations. But first thing we'll paint is going to be anything that has to be painted gold, because that's what we have the most of currently. The other colors we don't have a lot of. So what has to be done is I have to go ahead and do a little sanding on the gold areas with some very fine sanding paper and some a bit rougher paper, and then that is ready to mask off. So that's the first thing that I'll be doing now. So guys, what I did now is just I roughened up every surface to have a surface to where the new paint can grip to. And yes, you can paint over the old paint, you just have to make sure that the paint you use won't eat up the paint underneath. This is a quick way to paint the airplane. It works very well. It doesn't add too much weight, I'll tell you. I'll weigh it at the end of the day. Normal Avanti S fully tanked weighs around 15 kilograms, something like that. And I'm telling you, we'll be way below that with this thing, because we'll be using bladder tanks and everything, and this really doesn't add, I'll tell you, 500 grams maximum. And since you already have all of the heavy primer coats and everything really installed, and all you would change with the primer is some really minor things. So yeah, let's get to prepping off now. So guys, we've got the first two steps of masking something off done. There are 3 steps. First step is to get the exact tape, the tape that's the very thin one. I usually use 5mm, but this is 10mm. I ran out. I used one whole thing for only the gold. So there's Tamiya 10mm tape. I usually use the 5mm. I ran out, so I continued with some electrical tape. This also works very well, just it isn't as great on straight lines, and you really have to be careful and press it down properly in the edges. And usually I'd use the blue tape because it sticks better for the second layer. That just goes perfectly around on top of the other tape, because this one could sometimes leaks through if you really don't properly push it down, but I'm pretty sure I pushed it down properly everywhere. The blue tape just gives you a bit more safety, but I had this now. And then the third layer now will be to basically go ahead and I like taking kitchen towels and using those. They're like kind of like toilet paper. I use toilet paper on smaller planes, and it works out really well. It's like it doesn't cost a lot. Like I've gotten this material for masking over here, and that is pretty, it's not nice to work with in my opinion, and it costs quite a bit. So I like using kitchen towels, and they work perfectly. I've never had anything going through them. And yeah, so everything's done up. This, I just took a bunch of tape and put it on there and cut it by hand, then all the way down where the light is covered there, where I don't want overspray, all the way to the back. So yeah, I had the rudder from the XL. It's reference to know where to put the lines there, but I'm happy. And let's get the kitchen towel on it and get it ready to get one coat of primer. So let's go ahead and do that. So guys, everything's covered off. I don't know why I wasted way too much tape on getting this thing with tape, but everything else got done with kitchen cloth. I ran out of kitchen cloth, so I just used toilet paper here. There's a lot less coverage, so I use a lot more tape. But anyways, everything's taped down really nicely. Happy about everything. And this is a lot more flimsy, the toilet paper. So yeah, but anyways, everything got nice coverage. Happy. So first thing we'll do is get the primer on. This primer I always use. It's not the Tamiya one, it's like the Obi one. And we'll get a fairly thin layer of that. Then we'll wet sand and then gold. So I'll get that done and then we'll probably leave it for 24 hours. So let's get that coat sprayed on there now. So guys, looking good. We've gotten a few splatters of glue that came on the plane that I'll have to sand down. Those aren't fish eyes, they're just splatters of glue here. There's a little imperfection, but I don't think I'll fix it because it's literally, it's almost nothing. I tried going as thin as possible because this stuff is fairly thick, but it's very good, so I like using it. And it also has a good creamy neutrally color. It really is a good primer. And yeah, it really turned out well. I like it. There's almost all of the scratches pretty much vanished with this primer. It's really looking good if you go over it. So I'll do a bit of wet sanding. Maybe I'll sand these away. Easier. Oh no, they are bubbles. So I'll sand that. Probably just sand that, wet sand that. And that won't be such an issue. I'll leave this cure for an hour. Then I'll do the other side. And then we'll continue tomorrow. I mean, I don't quite know because this is sitting quite well on there. I don't think if I hit the right points, I could make it without touching any of the paint, but I don't want to risk that now. So yeah, I'll just wait an hour or something like that and then we can continue this thing. So let's do it like that. So guys, here it's the next day. I've gotten everything done up, looking good on both sides. This is why I don't like the yellow tape, because it starts peeling off. This I didn't do, it all came up by itself. Pretty much all of the edges that happened, it's only the yellow tape. The other tape is perfectly stayed down. So I'll go ahead, do some wet sanding, obviously with my lights on, so everything's nice and bright. And everything's looking good. I've gotten this scratch in here. Okay, yeah, as you can see it, because I accidentally with my knife cut in there. This surface is pretty good. We've gotten this little bump there. This I don't mind too much. So this bump, the small one there. But otherwise, we just got to deal with tape coming up. And everything's looking good. Very happy the way stuff came. And the same happened with the electrical tape. It also came up slowly. So as you can see everywhere here, the stuff is slowly starting to come off. So yeah, anyways, I think on one side this was a bit uneven. I think it's this side, but I don't mind all too much. There are a few pinholes down here, but I don't really care about those. You won't really see that anyway. So get some wet sanding done, and then we would almost be ready to go. So let me get some wet sanding done. So guys, I said start wet sanding way too much because I like my finishes to be perfect. Now I have to go over with primer again. And yesterday I completely forgot that I had to color these. I just taped them over. I added some wet sanding here already, so this is all wet sanded, ready to go. I've gotten a few spots. Like here I touched the bubble wrap yesterday, so I had to sand that down again. This one too, and on the top there are two minor spots where it made those fish eyes that I showed you. So I get to spraying the primer again, just on the necessary areas, and yeah, then hopefully we can afterwards, after like an hour of waiting, get to doing up the gold finally, so we can get the tape all off, because it's all falling off and I don't want to re-prep it because I don't have enough tape currently for that. So yeah, let's go ahead and get to painting. So guys, as always, I'll share my mistakes and my wins with you. First of all, the paint job came out perfectly. It's 1,000 times better than the paint job from Sky Master over there. And I'm extremely happy the way this turned out. And I only had 2-3 mistakes. First mistake, big mistake, I didn't use the stand to keep it inside. I used the wooden one. and that made a few scratch marks. Like right here, this will vanish with the clear coat. Then this front piece. The other one is here, the corners. This here is the Tamiya tape. It worked perfectly, crisp edges to perfection. And the yellow tape pulled off the clear coat here, which is no drama since we'll repaint this. This was the isolating tape, the electrical tape. Let through a bit, that's why we don't like it. And the Tamiya tape back here let nothing through, but I had a bit of a crappy job gluing it off because I had the 10mm, not the 5mm. Same here with the 5mm, I could have just pulled it over. This won't be an issue since we'll paint this white, and I'll just go inset a bit that we paint over this. So, the mistake with using the wrong stand is mainly because the corner at the bottom sits in very tightly. As you can see, the light worked up beautifully, but this is what happened. Me maneuvering the airplane right here, a few scratches. Also right there are a few scratches. I don't know if you can see it. This worked out beautifully. You can see the few pinholes. I really didn't bother to do those, but it looks like new, including the pinholes. I'm so glad. This looks beautiful. Everything looks beautiful. And we've gotten these few things here. One sec, I'll just like this. And then I can turn this thing over. Hopefully this won't fall. But anyways, the stand here is wood, so and this here sits extremely tight in here, and that rubbed paint off. So I'll just go with a sponge and tap it on. Since this is the bottom, I don't really mind. As soon as the clear coat is over it, as soon as this is tapped on, you won't see anything anymore. This here is the same. Got scratched up a little, but I don't really mind. This worked out gorgeous. This looks perfection. Also this curve here, I'm extremely happy the way this turned out. Crisp edges. Look down there, this looks amazing, amazing. I'm so happy. Even this lighting thing, so see a bit of glue. This was because I couldn't really get it in the edges. This was my fault, but this doesn't matter since we'll paint this blue. So the next thing we'll be doing is painting it blue. I don't know when I'll pick up paint for that, but we'll mask it off as soon as I that. And no more yellow tape, because of it lifting up a bit, it let like a few things through on the other side. I don't know if you can see it, but they're like a small splatters. And it pulled off some of the clear coat on the canopy. It's only an issue on the canopy. When I drilled out the holes for the light, it also chipped off. Seba said it's just because it's painted in China and it's done up the clear coat fairly cheap. Our little scar here came out fairly good. I'm also currently painting a phone case for my sister. But anyways, love the fit. And yeah, I mean, I won't film in detail anymore with the wet sanding and everything, because I've gotten posts to show, and I'll just do wet sanding, and then before painting I'll show you once and stuff like that, because I've shown you the details now already. So get this touched up so it can cure. And the thing is, with this varnish, it takes 1 hour until you can handle it. I can fully put my fingers there, but if I go with my nail, I'll scratch it. In 24 hours this will be fully hardened like a 2K, and then I can't scratch it anymore. And I see I can also not even leave fingerprints anymore, but it will be fine. I'm not worrying about it. So yeah, next thing to do is to get moving with the blue. So let's do that. So guys, I got all of the components I need. I sound a bit off because I'm fairly sick and I'm home today. So we've gotten enough beautiful weather and time to do this. And yeah, happy to get started on this. We've gotten also some red, and this fits this. These caps are pretty much exactly the color. So we've gotten some 6mm tape, Tamiya, and the 10mm. I'll use the 10mm for the straight line, and then the 6 for the shorter lines. Then for the second layer, we've gotten our blue tape. So everything's here. So I guess I'll get to masking off now. So let's do that. So guys, this is what it looks like now. So what I did, I went through the whole sanding process to trying to avoid having to wet sand after this primer coat and having to prime again. So what I went ahead and did now is I first went with 80 grit, sanded sanded down all of the runs, and then I went ahead and went with the 180 grit, and then I went with the small wet sanding 1000 grit paper. I also did a bit on the other side, but you can't see it, it's just removing a bit of scratches. The top side is looking good on both sides, but yeah, this side is a bit weaker, so I think I'll respray this complete side once with primer, or a few areas at least, so let's get that done. So guys, I sanded down, put another coat of primer on, and there's still, it's not as you can't see any of the runs anymore, but there are still a few scratches like this big one. So I thought I could just wait 30 minutes now and get the final blue over it, but we'll have to wait an hour and get it wet sanded again, and then hopefully it's looking good. So that's what we'll do next. So guys, the blue turned out beautifully colored and everything. One issue I had is that the yellow tape left marks on the gold, so I hope that if I put primer on that, clear coat, it will vanish also back here. But if not, we might have a chance that we have to repaint gold at the end, but I really don't mind that all too much. I had one little paint issue here, I'll just touch that up, and then as soon as clear coat is over there, no issue. And I had a bigger one like that at the bottom. The bottom is no issue at all, it's right there. So yeah, the gold also have to touch up. So yeah, just leave this dry for 24 hours and then we can continue. But sorry for my voice, I'm still very sick. So I don't know if I'm gonna be here this weekend. It's Friday, so I mean, if, then we'll redo the red and then the white, and then we'll see if we have to redo the gold. So yeah, let's get to masking off the red. So guys, I've gotten the blue. It looks amazing. It's the next day now. No, it's a day later because I let it cure for 24 hours. Because I don't want to, because I started masking off the gold right on the next day. And I think that might have been an issue that I didn't let it cure for 24 hours. So guys, everything's taped off, including canopy. So on the canopy, I wouldn't have had to repaint it, but some of the clear coat peeled off right there. And yeah, so anyways, got everything taped off nicely. And I learned a new lesson from the gold peeling off, so I tried to keep I really tried keeping almost every piece of tape I could off of the paint, and just going on top of the other paper towels, so everything's full of paper towels, unlike before where there were some spots with only tape in, and this is like one of the only ones. There's one right there because it would have really been useless to put some paper towel here, and here it's also pretty useless to put some paper towels, but otherwise paper towels everywhere. And yeah, I want to try a new method. I want to try this one for the XL because I want to keep that thing under 20 kilos, and it's a 3-meter jet. So I want to try to go ahead and just sand this off with some wet sanding paper, get all of this roughened up, and then just spray over it on the XL. Will just like get the mask off and get the paint completely sanded off and just paint it over, because I do not want to add a lot of extra weight there. I really am going to try to save a lot of weight on that, because all of this repainting might just add 500 grams, but adding the 500 grams on the inside to paint the inside and then on the outside is a kilo that you added on. So the inside painting only takes around 200 grams. That's not way too much, but it still is something. So yeah, try that method, and let's get to some wet sanding. So let's do that now. So guys, everything's finished painting, has rested about 2 hours now, and next thing to do is to get the paint masking pulled off everywhere. So let's get that done now. So guys, all of this turned out beautifully. It's left to figure out how to do curves properly, like tight curves. Everything else I managed pretty well. So I think I just have to buy even thinner masking tape to get around this properly without it having any small cracks where anything could go through. But anyways, otherwise it's looking beautiful. The red fits perfectly, and I had one little oopsie. I have no idea why this happened. Right there you can see it. This was the glue on the tape stayed on the fuselage. I have no idea why it happened, but it did. And it also happened on the exact same spot on the other side. I have no idea why it happens there. But yeah, I just hope it doesn't happen as soon as I prep off the white. I took tape, put it on there, rubbed it, held it for 10 minutes and ripped it off, and nothing happened. I have no idea why this happened, but sorry, it happened. So just have to be careful of that. Otherwise, this is looking beautiful. The red matches perfectly. So next thing for me to do is get this sanded down right here on the rudder and on the nose. Then we can get to prepping off the white. So let's do that. So guys, everything has been sanded off. Now it's time to get to masking off once again. So let's get to masking off. So guys, I finally taped off everything, and yeah, there's a lot of taping off in the white because you just can't put any cloth properly here or here because of all the bends, and it's very annoying, but we finally got everything done, and I'm exhausted because I'm under the weather currently. Yeah, so I'll do the white still because I have to get the mask back off, but then I'll definitely take a few days break because I have to get better with my health, and I have to stand up for multiple hours here, and it's currently just not possible for me. So yeah, let's get finished with the white, and then I'll take a rest for a few days and work on the XL because I can sit down or something else. But next thing to do for me is to get to some sanding and then to wet sanding, so let's do that. Okay guys, so I do have to repaint everything. I have no idea why this is happening, but the tape is leaving back residue, and I think it's just been too many days now. And I think what I'll try doing is after I spray the coat, I'll go right over with the clear coat, the 2K clear. Because I don't know, I think it's like weirdly gripping to the color, not having a varnish over it yet. So I mean, I can try that, but I mean, even the Tamiya tape is leaving behind its stuff here, and I don't know why this is happening. I think it's just the tape slowly integrating with the fuselage. But anyway, you can see. Anyways, I had a bit of overspray there, and I just did this way too sloppy. The issue is I can't do this under weekdays because I have to do one color per day. I can't leave this rest for multiple days because that's just way too much time, because I had this tape on for 3 days now, 3 continuous days. It has been now 3 days ago, right now, like about an hour ago, I started putting tape on this thing. So yeah, I mean, and the tape also started coming up. I have no idea what to do currently, but yeah, this is fairly depressing, especially since I put so much work into this. But I mean, nothing ever goes perfectly, so this is going to be a long video. Yeah, I guess I'll get all of this off, and then I don't think I'll show you this process again because I've gone through it, but you'll get the sped up versions of everything. So yeah, enjoy watching me redo all of this. So guys, end effect, I know what happened. First of all, here I didn't sand properly the rudder, the vinyl, so that all immediately just peeled off with the primer. And then here, completely my mistake. So what happened is, at the store there was tape like this, and it was €4 cheaper than the other one. And my father said he didn't want to spend all too much on taping off and all of that. So I said maybe we can choose this one, and I think that those were only the last 2 rolls that we used when doing this. And you can see this here, it's all squishy and flexible. The other one was hard. So what happens is, I did not see that this one was a lot different, and yeah, this one is way too soft, this tape. It's different than the other one, and when leaving it on somewhere for a bit of a time, it apparently doesn't come off anymore. So completely my mistake. This is a lesson learned, that you don't cheap out on material. Doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're repainting it, if you decide to repaint it, the cheaper version is to not repaint your plane and leave your scratches, or to do small touch-ups. But I wanted to repaint the plane, and then I shouldn't have cheaped out on the material that I was using. And yeah, because it's a lot more damage done than those €4 I skipped out on, because it's now hundreds of euros in paint that goes to waste. So just because of €4 in tape, that probably, instead of costing us €12, would have cost us €20 to buy tape. Now we got damage in hundreds of euros because I messed up with using the wrong tape. So it's a lesson learned for me, and hope it never happens again. Hope I remember this to this day. Hope I never repaint anything the wrong way. So anyways, I'll have to redo it, but I think I'll first of all get all of the equipment installed, because I kind of want to see this plane flying again. And we'll see, maybe we'll fly it again before I get it painted. I'm quite a bit to do. Got the XL to finish up, and this thing. And yeah, so this thing, I wanted to upload this video. The reason why you're getting this video first is because I still have to cut the spinner on this one. Landing gear is good though, and I got all of the parts, but I didn't have enough time to finish that up. So anyways, so guys, we're safe in this project. It's looking brilliant, and it took me around 2 hours of doing polishing paste. So this is basically sanding paste, polishing paste. Put that all over that stuff and got rid of everything. I didn't video it because I kind of was frustrated and like tried out 2 billion things, and if I would have put all of that on video, it would have been a 2 hour long video. But yeah, I'm happy. This is done. So all we have to do, this turned out brilliant. The red is I don't mind. It's a good match in my opinion. I don't mind it. My opinion, it's a fairly good match. It's not perfect, but it's a good match. So next thing to do is I have to get this rudder repainted. This and the other side here, the gold has to be done up. So this was just a test fit. I already got a few wires installed. I already started the next video, and you can see them maybe there. And I put the connector in here without checking, and we'll have to do some Dremel work because it's hitting up there. So yeah, my fault. Anyways, bit of this side is completely finished essentially, and we have to do some touch up on the gold on this side. And yeah, and on the canopy we still have to redo the white because of our paint chips here, or it's the clear coat that's chipping away. So we'll see. Maybe if I can wet sand it and you won't see it anymore after clear coat is over it, we won't do any painting, but we have to do the gold anyways. So yeah, happy currently, just admiring. And this thing looks so small now, but this is really the perfect size in my opinion. So 2 meters to 230 is the perfect size in my opinion for a sports jet. I love this because it's like you can take it out to the field on a everyday occasion. This thing will be like a event only / weekend only occasion, because you have to screw on the back, the wings, the elevator, everything. And yeah, that's just gonna be a bit more difficult to do. But this thing, very handy jet. We're gonna leave the rudder on because that doesn't interfere with anything really. So yeah, anyways, I created my to-do list for this year right there, and it's long. It's 12 planes long. So hopefully at the end of this year we have 12 planes that are fully functional and flying, and 4 jets. This one, and I've not showed you this one yet. So yeah, let's get the gold done up. So guys, I'm extremely happy. This really looks like a brand new Avanti airframe now. So yeah, I'm very happy the way it turned out. So yeah, next thing to do is to get the inside of the plane painted. And for the rudder, wherever that's sitting, I thought that we'll just put vinyl on the blue part, so we don't have to go through the efforts on sanding something on the vinyl. But yeah, anyways, so we'll get everything prepped again, and then we'll get the inside painted. So let's get that done now. So guys, we've got all of our stickers, and I think to just cover up our oopsies right here, we'll just do this right there. Then everything will be all right and fine, and I think this will look fairly cool on the edge and on the fuselage, and then we'll get it all wiped down one final time, get it polished, and then we can get to clear coating the whole thing. We'll do that tomorrow because we need sunlight for that. So I think I might start like early in the morning, wake up like at 6 in the morning to get some parts done as soon as the sun starts setting. Then I'll go to school and we'll try doing the rest of the stuff later on. So that's the plan for now. So let's get some stickers installed. So guys, wings are all done. That's all I'm gonna do. I want to keep it nice and clean. I have to find 1 or 2 Unilight stickers. I didn't really find any. I think I'll put like 1 or 2 on because I am getting 30% off of all these products from Unilight, and yeah, I'll definitely put his sticker on here. And yeah, so we'll put the new Ultimate Sports Jet on there, the Avanti S behind that, and 1 big FBC Austria sticker on there. So let's get that done now, and we might put like a Seba design right here on the canopy. On the rudder, I still am thinking about it. I'm really thinking about this year. I think it would look good, but my father says it would look terrible. I don't know. I think it would look good like this, but yeah, anyways, let's get the fuselage stickers on now. So guys, all stickers are on, clear coat is on. This thing is really looking back to beautiful. Gotten all of our sponsors on: Unilight, Seb Art, and FBC Austria, which is the club I'm flying at. So extremely happy about this. So yeah, I'm just extremely happy the way this plane turned out. Again, it looks like it's brand new. So yeah, I guess this is the end of the video. Finally, it's been 2 months, just trial and error, and I'm extremely happy that it's finally painted. It's almost done in the inside as well too. Just had a little accident yesterday. We have to do some repairs again, but nothing on the outside, only on the inside. But I'm extremely happy. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button, and I'll see you in the next one.